What if I told you there was a way to increase your audience retention after you've uploaded the video? I'm Tennille and welcome back to Slow Social, where I help you increase your YouTube views, subscribers, and revenue. Today we're talking about audience retention and how you can increase your audience retention on old YouTube videos. Make sure you watch the video all the way through because I'm going to be sharing a very important tip that will help you rejuvenate your old videos. To get an idea on how to improve your audience retention, we need to first understand what your analytics are telling you. There's no point making changes that'll help my channel on your own channel because our analytics will be very different. To understand where we need to improve, we need to dive into your video analytics and see what those numbers and graphs are telling us. Head into your YouTube studio and find an older video that you want to improve and scroll down to where it says audience retention. What are we looking at exactly? Graphs. The graphs are going to tell us what we need to do in order to fix our video. There are 5 types of graphs that you need to look out for, and here they are. Graph number 1 is called the flat line. This is the graph that you should be aiming for. Flat across the top for as long as possible, and then an instant drop off. The reason for an instant drop off is it means that viewers are seeing the end coming. And of course, they leave. This part is unavoidable, and you can't just simply abruptly end a video. That wouldn't make any sense. If you have this graph on all your videos, you're winning at YouTube. Graph number 2 is called the slow slope. This, I would have to say, is one of the most common graphs, and most creators will see this type of graph when they check their analytics. This graph shows that your viewers are slowly declining over time. They may be losing interest, the video might be too long, or too informative. The slow slope graph is not a bad thing. It will keep your audience retention over 50% for that particular video. When you do see a graph like this, however, it is time to start testing a few new things to see if you can get that line flatter. Graph number 3 is the fast slope. This type of video retention, unfortunately, drops your videos under that 40% mark and shows something is terribly wrong with your video. This graph is similar to the slow slope. However, instead of gradually declining, the decline in viewers is a lot faster. This type of graph generally shows that your video is completely off topic. The title could be misleading, you could have made the wrong content for your target audience, or sadly your content just wasn't good enough. Graph number 4 and 5 are spikes and dips. Spikes and dips generally mean that your viewers are skipping around through the video. They're trying to look for the best parts and avoid the worst. These graphs are definitely the best to learn from though, because it shows you what your viewers like and what they really don't like. If you have too many dips, however, this means your viewers are just leaving and not continuing to watch the video at all. Now we know what those graphs mean, it's time for the tip I mentioned at the start of the video. The YouTube editor, paired with your understanding of the YouTube audience retention analytics, will make you unstoppable. Let's pick a video that has a fair amount of drop-offs and take a look at what the graph is telling us. Let's say you have a drop-off at the very start of your video, maybe 30 seconds long. This is most likely where you're starting to talk and introduce the video, so an introduction of some kind. But why are people dropping off? What are you saying in this part of the video that are making people leave? People often mess up the start of their videos by providing way too much information, rambling, or asking too much of their audience at the very start of the video. In this section of the video, you should be introducing the video topic in about 1 or 2 sentences and then moving straight onto the content. Don't ask your viewers to subscribe, don't tell them to click a link, nothing. Provide free value and nothing more. If you do have a drop off here, delete anything that is wasteful time. Moving to the middle of the video, peaks. You may see a spike in the middle of your video. This means people are skipping to that part of the video, trying to find either where the topic starts or where you start to provide value. If you do see a peak at the very start or close towards the middle, this is technically where your video should be starting, right after a snappy introduction. Gradual declines and drop-offs. If your video does gradually decline, don't worry, this is normal. Work on ways to keep your viewer interested. Does this mean a shorter video, more to the point, or working on your script better, or just trying to stay on topic? Drop-offs do mean that the topic or video has become boring to the viewer or providing the wrong thing. Work on creating titles and thumbnails that match your video topic. You might also be misleading your viewers. If you do feel a part of the video isn't necessary anymore, cut it out, delete it. Once you have cut out all that unnecessary sections of your video, just click the preview and save button and your video will start to process. I would give it a couple of months before going back and checking the new audience retention. If you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave me a like rating down below. Now that you know what audience retention graph you should be aiming for, what are you going to do to change it up?